Nobody can find a desk. Nobody has a locker. We're talking about offices that aren't safer or cleaner than they were before telework. Bed bugs, bats, mice, cockroaches, mold, odors.
Those are the conditions federal civil service unions say their members are working in. Last week, the federal government announced public servants would be required to be in the office at least 3 days a week, up from 2. But civil servants say that's not what they were promised, and the unions say their members are prepared to take workplace action to fight it.
We have an agreement with this Trudeau Liberal government to sit down and talk to us and create these joint panels within each individual department and agency so that we can have these assessments on a case-by-case basis. That's what we're asking for. They've broken that commitment. They've broken that promise.
A coalition of public sector unions say they're filing policy grievances and unfair labor practice complaints over the change. Hybrid work isn't in their contracts, but as part of the deal to end last year's strikes, the federal government promised to consult workers on changes to hybrid work. Union bosses say they only learned about the new policy after it was announced.
You have Minister Duclos saying we're selling off half our buildings. You have Minister Guilbeault saying we got to be concerned about the environment and we need a carbon tax. And you got Minister Anand saying we need workers back in the office space. What basis did they make this decision on?
To use the language I use from commercial, business schools, I mean, what the government did was bait and switch. Something that's illegal under the Competition Act, where you make a commitment to do something and then you switch and offer something else. So I think on moral grounds, the public service unions have a very strong case. Whether they'll win legally, yet to be determined.
Anita Anand is president of the Treasury Board Secretariat, responsible for the federal civil service. She says there will be a 4-month transition period, and the government alone dictates how and when the federal civil service works.
A hybrid work environment is not within the collective agreements. It is something that at the time of the negotiations, the Government of Canada retained prerogative over to determine the scope of the hybrid environment.
In Ottawa, Xiaoli Li, City News.